It's the Caleb MTG Show.
Solomon's Power. I'm kind of in the mood for a Voidwalker. Kinnon's kind of fun. Pack one, pick one, build around Kinnon. Possum Puncher, thanks for getting 5 subs. Congratulations to Cozy Duke, Hippofant, Agriculture, Groves Keeper, and Maloney77. Not the best follow-ups to Dothy Voidwalker, huh? Could take an Ignoble and go Jund stuff. Could Verdant. I don't like going to Hexmage that early. Just a good chance it ends up being kind of dead. I've liked Red-Black a lot this cube, but I don't know if you take Mud or Glorybringer pick 2. I'm just gonna take Verdant. We'll see. The Voidwalker is a worse pack one, pick one than last one. Last deck. That recall. Maybe. If this Voidwalker casts an Emrakul, it might change your mind. Mun Jessica says, I was your last opponent, GG. I think Artifact Hate should be illegal. That's valid. That's valid, Jessica. Thanks for the match. I look forward to voting for you on your make Artifact Hate illegal candidacy. Should we draft Bob? I feel like I draft Bob aggressively and then don't end up being a Bob deck a lot of the time. Should just be like aggro black somehow. Have I ever done a stip where you let someone pick your pack one, pick one build around? I haven't. I don't know. I worry about like the delay. Letting somebody else do my pack one, pick one. Doesn't give much room for someone to like think about things. They could use a grief hum. A little thought sneeze action maybe. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of rigmarole. What about limes? Not that into it. Hey. A little free spell action. Stuff out's like sort of painful with Bob, but like you don't have to pay it for 4 life. You can use it as a 4-mana card if you need to. And the games where you're happy it's free, you're really happy it's free. Your opponent's going for like twin or something. Doesn't look like a Solemn Start, does it? I'm more likely to play Rona or Thraben Inspector. We did Trophy with Orzhov earlier, huh? Orzhov more likely to keep a tight curve for Bob. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Brickmaster. Thanks for the sub, thanks for the 32 months. We are likely not Mardu. These are the only cards I'm certain about. This is the stack of shit. Could happen, though. Maybe I have Mardu. So rough. So rough on the mana base. This could be so clean. What if I was just mono black, Disappear your mana vault. And Marsh Flats is tempting. I want to switch it up a little bit. Let's play something completely different. Hey, perfect. Fury's really fucking good if I wanted to play red. These 2-drops are all super clean with Chrome Mox, though. You think the Fury's gonna wheel? Yeah, we're last picking Hellriders. Gross. Fun. What about limes? Yeah, they're pretty talented, huh? What were my thoughts on Rings of Power? There was more about Rings of Power that I loved than disliked. It was cool seeing that universe embellished on. There were a few kind of hokey choices that I wouldn't have made, but overall I dug it. Looking forward to the next season. Dwarf is the best character. Can I give an example of one of those choices? So like, Dam again? Hangerback Walker? Yeah, I can draft a Dam. Actually, let's get the Walker. So at one point they show the formation of a territory that's like very well known in Lord of the Rings, and it's like kind of sweet and effective. And then they made the decision to like drop the name of the territory in like kind of garish lettering instead of just like trusting that people knew what was going on. And the writing was kind of uneven too. There'd be like a few really well written episodes, and then there'd be a few that where it just like fell off. You haven't seen it yet? I think it's worth a watch. Some gorgeous cinematography in there. And the soundtrack is bomb. The soundtrack's really good. And I think there's some really good episodes mixed in with some less good ones. So there's a Dark Depths for my Hex Mage. Right now I'm more worried about my mana base than anything else. So I'm going to take... I don't know if we have to pick one at Courtyard, though, right? Shouldn't that wheel? Let's take Mother of Runes. Gross pack. Lauren's pretty good. I'm going to grab yet another fetch here. Or do I want Yogg? I want Yogg. The Lingering Souls and Hangerback Walker. Don't hate the Surborg. I don't know if you're trying to be funny or what, Nift, but I don't get it. Yeah, Lich can be fucked up. I guess I want the Commando. Rankle's bugged, so I don't really want to deal with it right now. Gross. This lets Verdant Catacombs fetch white and black. Not ideal. How is Yogg or the Rankle bugged? It is like won't draw for your opponent sometimes. Heard a few people talking about it. Oh, I thought it was way better than the Hobbit trilogy. Personally. The Hobbit trilogy had all this like wonky CGI and like a lot of weird choices and stuff. This one, the Rings of Power, they put a lot of money into it, and you could like tell, like visually and with the soundtrack and everything. Whereas with the Hobbit trilogy, it was like the setup and prep work and stuff that was rushed. The Hobbit was a great book. Probably should have been one film. Hey, Kai Storm, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 67 months there. Well, the series isn't done, Nift. It's like one season of like a 4-season arc, I think, or maybe it was 5 seasons that they committed to, like straight from the get-go. So they start with Galadriel making a lot of mistakes because, you know, they're gonna have the main character have character growth over, again, 4 seasons, right? And a lot of people didn't understand that. They were like, "Why is she being mean?" You know, I don't know. The online and YouTube takes on her character in particular were pretty rancid for the most part. A lot of people upset that she could like swing a sword, despite the fact that she was shown in plate mail in the original trilogy. In the mirror. Gotta love Vintage Cube. Hell yeah, Croaker. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to the 106 months there. And we had the Polaris sub, the 15-monther. Good shit. Has there ever been a good YouTube take? See, the only time YouTube ever bothers me is when I have to become aware of it. So, like, if YouTube can stay in its own realm and it doesn't get so obnoxious that I, like, notice it, then I don't care. It's kind of like Reddit, or I should say, like, some Reddit communities or what have you, like, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Yeah, right, DBB. And we kind of saw that recently with the Lord of the Rings Magic set, too. I kind of don't hate this Boonbringer Valkyrie in the main deck. Just, like, jumping something. Also gain some life. Kind of go with the Bob. But we got the Animate dead. I kind of like having something to Dark Ritual into. Because right now, the Dark Ritual is looking a little sad. God, this mana is not great. We needed a Scrubland so bad, having to go like double black and double white. How good would this hand be if we had like duels in here? But there's no duels. The Marsh Flats can get a basic swamp. Great. I'm not even going to play the 3-man Inspector on one with the hopes that I can rip a Black Source. I mean, if I can't rip a Black Source, then I'm playing Inspector on 2 anyway. It's fine. Yeah, Godless Shriner Scrubland would have helped out so much. He was great in Bound and a Total Weasel. Yeah. He just gets cast as a weasel guy and like everything. Ereborg would help a lot, huh? I get to him plus Dothy. You don't mind since he's good in it? Well, of course not. Obviously, you would like to have good actors play the the villains too, right? The Snuff Out's kind of fucked up. Because we'll get to untap with it. I suppose I'm gonna do this no matter what, maybe for like percentage of screen time Nift. But I think if you have a bad actor as the protagonist, it's more damaging. Yeah, let's draw another card. And then leave the 3/3 in play. Hey, Chimera 3, thanks for the 10 months. The hint there is getting them off library. Otherwise, taking a turn to get the Voidwalker down first could be sweet. Get a free Gideon or whatever. There's also just so much more screen time for the protagonist than a villain, right? Like, obviously it depends on the film a little bit, but sometimes the villain's literally just someone that shows up at the end. Mission Impossible 3. Oh, man. That was a good villain. Definitely a big impression there. Rob Roy is a film that is kind of like held together by the nastiness and skumduggery of a patchwork of villains, all like playing off each other's evil, and the main character fits your idea of not really needing to do much. This is Liam Neeson hulking around. I almost want to give the Golem pro colorless, make a trade with the student. Probably better have the giver up though, huh? Yeah, no country for old men without the wrong without the villain. Yeah. Even just someone else in the role just doesn't work, huh? Still Seraph isn't white? No, I think it's just the prototype, right? That resolves. Interesting. They didn't pump their student to warfare. Boonbringer Valkyrie doing some work there, huh? So Wrath of God's kind of interesting here. Bone Shards is kind of interesting. It's like more removal, more stuff. I can also see no changes. Vintage Cube is the powered cube. Vintage legality. Some Moxes and stuff are legal in Vintage. So it's everything. Hey Gonkers thinks the sub, thinks the 9 months. Yeah, I think I like the Wrath based on their ending board state. Maybe cut Gix. Maybe cut Dark Ritual. Add Wrath. Oh, I cut 2 cards and I added 1 card. If I play the Animate Dead, then I want to play the Bone Shards. What am I cutting then? If I cut Voidwalker, I know Voidwalker was great that game. I can do this and another planes. Or maybe Wasteland should have come in, huh? For the library. What is this singing? Get out of here. How to upset half your viewer base all at once. Are stips open? Nah. I did 1 or 2 of those. And I might be dipping out at some point. Got commitment issues. Hey, Novellin. Thanks for getting some subs. Hell yeah. That's a whopping 20 gifted subs. Congratulations to Shut Up Mike Jin, Zale Argentis, Abane7337, Maniac Engineer, Squee Goblin Bob, Melodic Miner 143, Verbal Sparring, Borgie18, Shock Cycle, Varic676, Emily JM, Kruk Jetta 85, Sprinkles, and Jackie. Cello Toes Now, Jay Walla, a Stormcrow. Congrats to Papa Seat, Dimahoo, and Cisco Zappa. And thanks again to Velen. That fucking rocked. I'll spam some corns. A little awkward for me. Doubly awkward for me. I think we need, yeah. And then we just need to not die here. Because the Yogg can answer the Selfless Spirit. Dodged? Yeah, well dodged and bloody. Four-mana sword, you love to see it. If they sacrifice the spirit there, it fizzles. Yeah, my ability, I don't get to draw a card. Recommended. Am I still wrathing? Now I kind of want to hymn them and run out Giver. What do you think the last card is? It's kind of just bait to see if they didn't play Resto there. Yeah, I'm just not sure I need to Wrath, you know what I mean? Chat's going deep on No Country for Old Men. I remember enjoying that movie, but it wasn't like one of my favorites of theirs. Just well made. Kind of almost a mood piece. I remember some folks were not fans of the ending. They were just off it. Fair enough. Daniel Day-Lewis could drink my milkshake, I tell you what. Nice. Hopefully that removal spell slowed Hank down. It is indeed Trophy Leader Hank. We got some nice draw spells in our hand here. Haven't quite been able to run any out. Maybe I just play two drops here. Play the Bob and the Intrepid. I kind of like that. Favorite movie out of the Lord of the Rings trilogy? I really liked the first one. It was the one that I saw in the theaters the most, too. But yeah, just the whole thing. It's kind of like a perfect movie. Really liked how atmospheric and like scary the chase scene was. When they're leaving the Shire. And then the horseback part was exciting. So many iconic shots. Yeah, God, that movie's so fucking good. Yeah, I think we just gotta smack Nissa hum. Your favorite version of Aragorn? You mean Strider? Yeah, the Moria section is really good. Yeah, this is kind of what I was worried about. In regards to attacking the Nissa. Helpful. Yeah, when Snuff Out's free, it's so good, right? When the freeness matters of Snuff Out, I think it's one of the more underrated cards in the cube. Interesting. This is a cut, huh? The Muse autoplay. Yeah, this is kind of what I thought the Minsk was going to do. And now to clear the Minsk, I need to draw an answer to this 1/1 hamster. Alright, Bob, you've been good to me so far. Come on, buddy. This attack does nothing. Maybe I should have just passed. Like, actual nothing. 13. Not going to bring in Wrath of God. I think I need to be attacking. I'd love to bring in Rankle. I don't, because like you want flyers against green. The issue is that it's bugged, and I don't want it to like come up that I can't use the card correctly. I think I want Wasteland here. Sometimes you draw with Rankle and it doesn't draw for the opponent. A good opener. Potentially even a great opener. Well, still talking about fucking McCarthy. I feel like people have been making the same points back and forth for like a while. That was kind of... I respect the Lumberjack. Yeah, I think the conversation can die. Quacks is what I'm getting at. I don't care people's opinions on them. It's been over for a while. I think people are just having a lot of fun with the dead horse. Everyone's kind of said the same shit. Hey, Dudacious thinks the sub, thinks the 18 months. Well, that's not a bad him, huh? Right, yeah, at a certain point, take it to private messages instead of, like, monopolizing a chat, right? I think I'd rather draw a card than trade. Because you can offer, right? You can offer the trade by serving with Bob there. But isn't it better to just, like, fucking draw two? I don't know. It feels better. This is a plains instead of a swamp. To pair with the Urborg, that'd be so sick. Turn one Mother Runes, turn to him. Okay. Okay. What do you bottom here? It's probably supposed to be the sleeper. I don't want to bottom it though. I'm gonna bottom the removal spell, and then be like sad, I guess. Could turn one to him. I think I'd prefer to wait. In the opener for the third game in a row, right? Delighted halfling besiege you. still getting minced, Tom. Minsk here to rinse me. Damn. I guess I could have waited on the him like one turn longer. I did board in a couple more answers to Minsky and Boo. We got a couple. So there's Vindicate, there's Skyclave Apparition, and we boarded in Bone Shards. And there's Blood Chief's Thirst. We'll have 4 mana for Blood Chief's Thirst if we draw that one. So there's like 4 outs out of 31 cards. Not great, but better than nothing, Nice. Yeah, so what I'm actually going to do is Thirst the Boo. And then I get to draw a card in there too. While growing my sleeper. Hey, Soft Nun, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 44 months. Appreciate you. Swag Tusk showing up. I wonder if imprinting Yogg's better, because then next turn I could play the Dothy Voidwalker and activate Sleeper. Nissa coming down again. Cute. Do I play any Baldur's Gate 3? Not only have I played Baldur's Gate 3, Jalia. Hey, nice win versus the trophy leader. GG's, Hank. Kind of an awkward hand, Another land this hand's pretty great. I don't think turn 1 Commando does it, unless you rip really well. Oh, Hank's here? Yeah, GG's. GG's, Hank. Thanks for the match. Sweet deck, well played. Angelon 3000, thanks for gifting a sub to Hank. Would this be my 3rd trophy in a row? We've had a few trophies today. I don't know if this would be the 3rd in the row or the 2nd in a row. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Mostly just getting a 2-2 down, We needed a great game like Baldur's. We really did. Fans of CRPGs can really tell they took their time with it. I wonder if Larian is going to do another game in that setting after how successful this one was. They made 2 divinities, right? I don't see why they wouldn't. You saw a spoiler with Dark Ridge and you're not sure you have the stomach for it? Yeah. Yeah. If you don't like the horror aesthetic, if you don't enjoy gore, I would stay away from it, Red 7. I think that's a smart call on your part. I've been enjoying it. I've been having a good time. Oh man, am I gonna get ranched because I ran out this stupid fucking Leonin? It feels like that's a long way off. Another Baldur's Gate game? Yeah, obviously it's not coming out in the near future or anything. But I could see one coming out like 5 or some years from now. Okay, so they can draw their whole deck. Fair enough. I just F6'd. They'll let me know when I can have a turn if I ever get one. Welcome to the finals, huh? Yeah, thanks for sharing the Prime, Zelzilla. Appreciate you. $20.30. Yeah. For someone who doesn't know much about D&D, what's a fun, crazy second run class for Baldur's Gate 3? Well, if you want to do a crazy run, then, oh, we can skip to this. Infinite tokens. Then I do recommend the Dark Ridge if you're not doing that on your first run. It's pretty wild, and it opens up like a lot of dialogue options that aren't there the first time around. Yeah, huge punish for just firing off that Relic Warder, huh? So we're gonna bring Wasteland in. Maybe pop that Academy. Touch the Spirit Realm hits artifacts too, right? I think I'm gonna cut the Valkyrie. Maybe cut Lingering Souls and bring in Porcelain Legionnaire. Just try and be a little faster. What did the opponent do to win? They combined... So they had something where they could play cards off the top of their library. They could play artifacts off the top of their library. And then they had a sensitive stivening top. And then they had another third piece that made their artifacts cost 1 less. So they could loop Sensei's Divining Top over and over and over. So they had not made their land drop yet, so they're just drawing through their deck until they hit Academy, and then they played out the Academy, and then they'll play them Saheeli. And Saheeli triggers every time you play a non-creature spell, you get a 1/1. So they didn't have... It wasn't like technically infinite 1/1s, because it's limited by the size of the library, but they were going to spit some like 20 into play and just like murder me, so... Seemed like a fine spot to pack it in. Hard not to him on 2, but I think what I want to do is get the pressure going. I think I want to start attacking. And I might not even him next turn. I might Vindicate something next turn. Druid looked pretty fun. I had a lot of fun with Druid, yeah. Had an absolute blast. Yeah, I guess I'll him here. Force negation, pitching, frantic search. Interesting. Felt like I still had game. It felt wrong to you. Echelon, you were incorrect. I don't know how else to tell you this, but they have almost certainly have more ways to win the game than just spitting out like more 1/1s than I can deal with, which they already had. They were literally drawing their entire deck, right? And then they have all the mana in the world to work with. And I've got like a couple of dorks. So it's cool that you would have, you know, hung on for another however many minutes. But I was done. You only pick Druid to speak with animals for free. Yeah, you can do that with Ranger, and the game gives you a lot of speak with animals potions, just like running through. Gnomes can also speak to animals for free. Cool. It's barbarian if you take bear form. Yeah. Hey, I'm Trombone. Thanks for the 59 months there. Yeah, they literally give you an amulet to speak with the dead. So you just never have to use a spell slot on that. Yeah, this all looks pretty good. And they didn't even have to draw their deck. Maybe I'm supposed to play Yogg first, and then I can play Hanger back with one more counter next turn. Maybe that's better. That's true. We can just pump Hanger next turn. Did we ever figure out what was up with that one weird cow? We did, Deemzer. I'm not going to extrapolate because I don't want to spoil it for folks. It's kind of like a long form payoff thing. But I ran into it again near the start of Act 3. If you want to check the VOD for that. I haven't been playing on PC yet, Together Comic. If I've completed, if I'm like a run and a half deep, it would have to be, right? Yeah, we want to kill their artifacts at least. Make the Academy a little worse here. So I need to Vindicate for this thing. Yeah, just the Spirit Realm could do it. Or my stupid 2/2 that exiles an artifact. That could be dangerous if they answered it. Spellseeker for expressive iteration. Vindicates in the yard. Don't ruin my dreams. Don't do that to me. I don't ruin your dreams. I'll make your dreams better. Beautiful Academy.com. Alright, you win. Bummer.